I spent the weekend working on the house and the yard. A lot of just, stuff that needed to be done, and I was kind of putting off. Yeah, it's just one of those weekends. It's taking care of this stuff nobody wants to do. What's great about the vlog is it shows the changes I've gone through in the past few months. And I'll start it in the winter, and you can see I wasn't a real happy camper. I hate the winter. And instead of getting a lot of snow in East Tennessee, we get a lot of rain. And it's just real gray and really just kind of miserable, and everybody's miserable. I'm not going to be here next winter. I can't go through that again this winter. The vlog kind of reminds me of that because it started in the heart of that. I want to be somewhere warm, friendly, where the sky's blue. You know what I mean? I can't live my life 6 months out of the year just being a fucking miserable person around miserable people. I can't do that again. So the vlog kind of reminds me, you know what, it's time to work on some changes or you're just going to be repeating this ugly loop. It's like, why are we living like this? And you can see because the early vlogs were all shot inside the house, and that's because it was cold and ugly out. So I stayed in as much as I could. If I didn't have to work, I didn't work. Just not the way to live. Two rolling. Come on, two rolling. Two rolling. I'm seriously considering ending the daily vlog after 100 vlogs, which would be this coming Friday, and perhaps moving the weekly vlogs to where I can focus on a better quality. It gets to be a grind, and the editing is just really eating into my goals in my life, what I want to do. What would be great is if I could find a woman who wants to do this, wants to learn how to do it. I could fulfill my relationship needs while I'm producing the vlog, and it would just be, like a partner project instead of just me. And we could get a ton more clips and have a ton more ideas. I think it would just be the way to go. You can only edit one human being at a time. So it'd still take all that time to edit, but we could divide that time up to where we could still produce the vlog and have time for ourselves. It would be different if it was making money, because you could justify it. It's like, okay, well, I have no life, but this is why I have no life. It's because I'm producing this. And what's the sense of producing something that's killing you, you know? Well, I'm always going to do it. I'm always going to be shooting movies. And plus I have other ideas, too, that especially movies and documentaries and things I really want to get to and I can't get to because the daily vlog is eating up all my time. There's projects and ideas that have been waiting for months and months. I'm worried that someone else is going to do them before I do them, and they're going to get all the attention. I just can't get to them. There's not another minute in the day to produce the movies that I want to produce. I want to graduate is what I'm trying to say. I want to move up into serious video making instead of just rambling on a damn computer. It's not officially ending this Friday. It's a thought right now because I'll be at exactly 100 daily vlogs. And it's a nice round, even number. I got to this far. And again, I'm considering going weekly and just continuing the vlog. It's just not me publishing it every single day. Or I'm going 5 days a week, but it still seems like every single day. And it's just you get to the point where has this part of this thing, did it teach me what I needed to know? Is it time to move forward into bigger and better things? Y'all have to forgive me, I'm a little bit groggy, a little bit hungover. I was up all night drinking gin and smoothies. Slept late. Hangover should be gone in a couple hours. Will be good as new. Yeah, the cost of diving straight into something when you really don't know what you're doing is, at first it's like, okay, well, let's get something up there. So you produce garbage, you step back and you say, okay, how could I make this better? What elements do I need to put in this to make it a rounded vlog? And so you make a lot of mistakes, and usually you keep making it until it's like, what am I doing wrong here? So you're constantly refining that original first vlog, and finally, ultimately, hopefully, creating a work of art. There's no classes on how to vlog that I know of, and if there are, then they have to be friggin' stupid. There's no instruction book, there's no paint-by-numbers shit. You just produce what you think is going to be a valuable piece of art. So here we are at 100 of them, and now I'm stepping back and saying, has the vlog taken that process as far as it can go? Is it time to move on to bigger and better things, better movie type things, more in-demand things, You'll see what I'm talking about as we go. So another big question is, has the vlogging market peaked? Of the millions of vloggers, 20 of them are getting all the traffic. Are there any more viewers for other people? And it goes back to the video I made, is vlogging a dying art? It's a legitimate question. Let's say there's 500 million people that go to YouTube to look for some kind of information or entertainment. Of those, 80 million like to watch vlogs. So you have 4 million vloggers, 80 million viewers, and of those vloggers, 20 or 30 of them are capturing the attention of those 80 million viewers, and the rest of them get sacrificial crumbs, just a few views. People who say, I can live without this moron and this rambling. If you remain looking at this whole picture, it's no secret new people keep being born and old people keep dying. But what happened is because the viewer market of the vloggers, the famous vloggers, is so young, like 13 to 17 years old, they're not going to grow up and get old and die anytime soon. So they're growing up with the vloggers. It leads to a lot of questions and a lot of insight. So new viewers keep being born and keep coming to YouTube every day. What do they want? I don't think it's vloggers. I think it's something more, something bigger, something less narcissistic. I think the people who vlog just flooded the YouTube market. I think it's coming to an end, guys. If you look at the overall base of most vlogs and vloggers, basically most of them, not all of them, are just saying, hey, look at me and how great I am, don't you want to be like me? That's it. And I think people are looking for more than that. I think they're sick of that. I think there's enough of that. You have to grow with them. You have to give them what they want. And so it gets to the point where, okay, how can I give them what they want and still love what I'm doing? Yeah, I think they're looking for something more, something better than just jerking off on camera. So number one, what is it? Number two, can I give it to them? And number three, how can I love doing it? I think people want more of an education thing, more of giving them something that's going to make their own personal lives better. I think they're tired of sitting in front of their computers or cell phones and just watching people masturbate and say, hey, look how great I am. I think that fulfilled people's needs for a certain amount of time, but it was all a means to an end. Watch any typical vlogger vlog on the internet and pick one of their vlogs and watch it and really analyze how many times they use the words I, me, my, mine throughout their video. Count those times and you'll see that it's too selfish. It's too all about the vlogger and not enough about the viewer. It's not making their lives better. It's just usually some wealthy person with a camera just, being narcissistic. I think people got sick of it. I think people got sick of vloggers thinking that everybody wants to be like them, and they don't. What the viewer wants is to be like themselves, to do something they love to do, or to learn something that's somehow going to make their life better. It's not about the video maker anymore, it's about the viewer. And if you can't give them that, you're going to fail. So in this coming week, on the final vlog of the week, which will be Friday, which will be my 100th vlog, I'll make the announcement that I'm now going weekly to produce something of higher quality that actually gives you what you're after, what you're coming for, what you want. It's not me quitting, it's me graduating. My daily vlog failed, and you can see that, but I'm not finished. That's just the first leg of this journey, and now it's time to move on to something bigger and better. But the second leg of the journey, I've learned so much. It's going to be so much better. Stay with me and you'll see.